Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Alain. It's Saturday. Going to get back to talking about books. Haven't talked about books for a couple Saturdays. Only going to talk about one today. Keeping these short so I can get done and get my leg back elevated. It's still really swollen and bruised. I saw, the back of my leg. My wife, when she saw it yesterday, she's like, wow, have you seen? And the back of the thigh super bruised and such. Took the bandage off last night and got to see the scar. Didn't look as bad as I thought it was going to look in some of the pictures I'd seen. So that was a good thing. And we're going to put the new one on, which stays on now for a couple more weeks. But I want to talk about Pelican Brief, just the one book. And I do this because I want to encourage you to read. I'm drinking out of my book mug, books that I enjoyed when I was a kid. A bunch of Tarzan and Conan, Edgar Rice Burroughs, and Howard books on there. Read for pleasure, read for education, just read more. That's why I share these books and encourage you to do that. I didn't do as much reading this last week as I thought I would, being laid up. It's just tougher to read in the pain and uncomfortable and everything. I ended up watching more old movies on Netflix. I watched all the old airport movies, Airport and Airport 75, Airport 77. Watched the old Smokey and the Bandit movies. I was watching a lot of old 70s stuff. I'm hoping now that, as things get better, hopefully I'll get back to reading a little bit more and studying more with some of this downtime as well. But the Pelican Brief, finished that a little bit ago, and I'm reading another John Grisham right now, another old one of his. This was not my favorite John Grisham. In a nutshell, a couple judges are murdered, Supreme Court judges are murdered, and a young attorney writes a brief tying those murders to some big money. And the brief, it's turns out to be more accurate than she really thought it might be. And so now she's under some danger too, because, big money doesn't want folks to know that they're behind some of this stuff. That's the theme of the book. John Grisham is a great writer, a good writer. So you can't say anything bad about the writing stuff. This story just didn't connect with me as much as some of his others. I'm reading A Time to Kill right now, another really old one of his. I'm enjoying that one more than I enjoyed this one. So I would put this in the middle of the pack, closer to the bottom of the John Grisham books. I enjoy them all, but this is not my favorite. There was a movie made of it. I saw the movie way back when it was made. I don't remember it much, and I haven't seen it since. But again, just if you're a John Grisham fan, it's a good book. I like everything he does, but it's not my favorite of his. That's what I have to say about Pelican Brief without giving spoilers and too much. It's an old book, an old movie, so you may have already read it or seen it. I don't remember if I read this one way back when, because a lot of them I'm reading, and I was like, yeah, I read this way back when. I'm enjoying it again, and I'm donating them off and getting rid of them, which I'm going to get rid of this one now as I'm paring down the library. This one, I could not remember if I had read it before or not. Maybe just because if I did read it, it didn't resonate with me then either. So I'm not sure. But check it out if you're a John Grisham fan. All of his stuff is worth reading if you like legal thrillers. He's a master of the craft, master of that genre. I want to say good morning to Dixon. Dixon said book review Saturday. Thank you for being here, Dixon. I appreciate your support. Jay's here and said good morning. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate everybody that joins up for the newsletter at enjoylifesafely.com. Really appreciate people that are downloading the free guides and checking out the courses. Some people say, how can we help you, Alan? Well, you can help by helping yourself by checking out my resources. And, if it's something that could help you, purchase it, you learn, we all benefit from that, right? I don't want people giving handouts and different things. We're doing good and we're doing okay. I appreciate the few people that have sent some meals through DoorDash. That has been very nice and appreciative. So definitely appreciate that. But also just appreciate all of you that download the free guides, get on the newsletter, and then those of you that purchase the courses, and the courses there to help you. So I appreciate all of that. Dixon said, what? You mean you didn't include airplane? Must have picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. You know what was funny, Dixon, is as I was watching the airport movies, I was noticing the things that were spoofed in the airplane movie. And I thought to myself, I need to watch Airplane again too. And I remember seeing that in the movie theater and just laughing my butt off. But I did notice the different scenes in the airport movies that were spoofed in that movie. So I did think about it, just didn't see it on Netflix to watch yet. But thank you for bringing that up. Thank you, everyone, whether you're watching, whether you're listening on a podcast. I appreciate all of you. I'll be back tomorrow. So you go out and make it a spectacular Saturday.